In the last session, we discussed IIT, the first chapter, which is real numbers. In that, we discussed about the definition of the real numbers. What are the numbers that involve in the real numbers? You know that the first numbers is the natural numbers, and after that the whole numbers, and after that the integers, and after that the rational numbers, and after that irrational numbers. These all together we call it as real numbers. Up to that we discussed. Now in this session we are going to discuss about the representation of all these numbers on a number line. How do you represent these natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers on a number line? This is our class. Now open your IIT textbook. In that, see the representation of natural numbers. The first one is the representation of natural numbers on a number line. How do you represent the natural numbers on a number line? If you want to represent the natural numbers on a number line, what is our first step? You need to draw the number line first, right? And after that, you need to write the numbers. You know that the natural numbers will start from 1, so mark it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Here you can observe that if you go to the right side of the number line, the number will be increased. This is about the representation of the natural numbers. Now see about the representation of the whole numbers. How do you represent the whole numbers on a number line? Similarly, what is the first step? First you need to draw the number, right? After that you have to mark the numbers. So you know that the whole numbers will start from 0. So write it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, like that. This is the representation of the whole numbers. Suppose if you want to represent the integers of on a number line, representation of integers. You know that what are integers? The negative numbers, 0 and the positive numbers, all these together we call it as an integers. So here if you want to represent these integers on a number line, what is the first step? You need to draw the number line first. First draw the number line, and after that place 0 at the center of the number line, and to the right of the 0 you have to write the positive numbers, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. To the left of the 0 you need to write the negative numbers, which is -1, -2, -3, like that. Like this you need to represent the integers on a number line. Suppose if you want to add 2 integers, let us add 2 plus 3. If you want to represent this on a number line, how do you represent? First, you need to check the first integer. What is the first integer here? 2. So, go to the number 2. And this is the number 2. And after that, you need to check which operation we are applying here. Which operation we are applying here plus. If you are adding, you know that if you add, the number will be increases. So, here you have to go to the right side of the number line, because if you go to the right side of the number line, the number will be increased. You can observe that after 2 you are getting 3, after 3 you are getting 4. From this you can see that if you go to the right side of the 0, the number will be increases. So since we are adding, we can know that we need to go to the right side of the number line. So how many steps you need to go? 3 steps. At this point you need to go here 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. So what will be the answer? 5. Like that you need to calculate if you want to add 2 integers on a number line. Suppose if you want to subtract, what you get here? Let us consider 2 plus of -3. Here what we are doing here, we are adding a negative integer. Before what we have done, we have added a positive integer, right? So by adding the positive integer, we have to go to the right side of the number line. Here since we are adding a negative integer, we have to go to the left side of the number line. So how do you represent this one? 2, 3, 4. What is the first number? 2. So you need to go to the number 2. Since we are adding a negative number, you need to go to the left side of the number line. How many steps you need to go here? 3 steps you need to go. At this point, 1, 2, 3. In this direction we are moving, so write arrow marks in that direction. what will be the answer here? -1. Like that, you need to represent on a number line. This is about the representation of integers on a number line. Now see about the representation of the rational numbers. How do you represent rational numbers on a number line? Before that, let us learn what is meant by the rational numbers. We already discussed. Rational numbers is nothing but the rational numbers. If you take any two integers, if we write those integers in the form of the fraction, we call it as an rational numbers. You know that 1/2 is a rational number, and consider two more integers, -2 and 4. These are also rational numbers. So we can write it as -2/4, or you can write it as 4/-2 in this fraction. So these two fractions belongs to the rational numbers. And what is the condition here? The denominator should not be equal to 0. If the denominator is 0, what we can say that one? That is undefined. We cannot define that value. For that reason, the denominator should not be equal to 0. Now here, if you want to represent the rational numbers on a number line, how do you represent? Let us represent 3/5 on a number line. Here, first what is the first step? First you need to draw the number line, and after that mark 0 and write the positive numbers to the right side of 0 and write the negative numbers to the left side of 0. And after that you have to check the denominator here. What is the denominator here? 5 is the denominator. So you need to divide each unit into 5 parts. This is the first step. How do you represent? First, in the fraction you need to check what is the denominator. Here what is the denominator? 5 is the denominator. So divide each unit into 5 equal parts. This is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, and this is 1 unit. Now divide each unit into 5 equal parts. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that you need to divide each unit into 5 equal parts. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you need to check the numerator here. What is the numerator here? +3. Right? Since here it is +3, you need to go to the right side of the number line. How many steps you need to move here? 3 steps. So at this point, count 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. This is the value of 3/5. Like this, you need to represent rational numbers on a number line. If you want to check whether it is correct or not, you can check it here. You can write 0 as 0/5, because 0 by any value is always 0. Since the denominator is 5 here, we have written this one as 0/5. So what is the next one? This is nothing but 1/5. And what is this line? This is nothing but 2/5. This is 3/5. And this next line is 4/5. This is 5/5. 5/5 is nothing but 1. So like that you can check it if you want to check. Now let us consider one more example. Here consider 3/7. Here if you want to represent, you already took 3. Let us consider 5/7. If you want to represent this rational number on a number line, what is the first step? First you need to draw the number line, and after that you have to mark the numbers, right side positive numbers and the left side negative numbers. Like that. And the first step, you need to check the denominator. Since the denominator is 7, divide each unit into 7 equal parts. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This side also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after that, you need to check the numerator. Since the numerator is +5, you need to go to the right side of the 0. How many steps? 5 steps to the right side. So here, at this point, count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is nothing but 5/7. If you want to check it, you can check. This one you can write it as 0/7. After that, you will get 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7, 6/7, 7/7. This is nothing but 1. Like that, you can represent rational numbers on a number line. Suppose if you have given -5/7. This one if you want to represent on a number line, how do you represent? Just unequal parts. After that you need to check the numerator. Since the numerator is minus 5, you have to go to the left side of the number line. How many steps? 5 steps. So here at this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the value of minus 5 by 7. Like that you need to represent rational numbers on a number line. Now see the next one. This is about the representation of rational numbers. Now see the representation of irrational numbers on a number line. So here we already discussed what is meant by the irrational numbers. So what are irrational numbers? The numbers that are non-terminating, non-repeating decimals, we call it as an irrational numbers. Consider the example 1.414 and so on. You know that it is a non-terminating decimal because after the decimal point it does not have any end. So we can say that it is a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. Here you can observe that after the decimal point it does not have any repeated decimal. So we can say that it is a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. So if you want to represent these types of numbers on a number line, how do you represent? You know that root 2, root 3, root 5, these are all the examples of the irrational numbers. Suppose if you want to represent root 2 on a number line, how do you represent root 2 on a number line? So if you want to represent root 2 on a number line, you need to know about the Pythagoras theorem. So what is the Pythagoras theorem states here? For the Pythagoras theorem you need to consider the right angle triangle, and the longest side in the right angle triangle what we call? We call it as an hypotenuse. And what the Pythagoras theorem states here, the hypotenuse square must be equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is AB square plus BC square. This is about the Pythagoras theorem. What the Pythagoras theorem states, a right angle triangle. What is meant by the right angle triangle? If one of the angle of a triangle is 90, we call it as a right angle triangle. So what the Pythagoras theorem states, the hypotenuse square, which is nothing but AC square, must be equal to AB square plus BC square. This is about the Pythagoras theorem. Now based on this Pythagoras theorem, we are representing this root 2 on a number line. So if you want to represent root 2 on a number line, first draw the number line. And mark here 0, 1, 2, 3. Here the negative numbers minus 1, minus 2. So here we already discussed, we have to know about the Pythagoras theorem to represent irrational numbers on a number line. Here consider this is a right angle triangle. Here you have to get the hypotenuse as root 2. Since we need to represent this root 2 on a number line, you have to get this hypotenuse as root 2. So which numbers you can choose in here, the two sides, so that you will get the hypotenuse as root 2. That means you need to check the numbers by your choice. By considering these two values, you have to get the hypotenuse as root 2. So what the Pythagoras theorem states, the hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. What is the hypotenuse here? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now here, by your choice, you need to consider some sides here. Let us consider AB as 1. Consider this side as 1 and consider this side as 1. Let us check whether we are getting root 2 or not. If you are not getting, you have to take few more numbers. Like that you need to take such that you have to get the hypotenuse as root 2. Now consider here this side as 1 and consider the side BC as 1. So here, what is the value of 1 square? You need to multiply 1 2 times. 1 into 1 which is 1. Here also 1 into 1 which is 1. What is the value of 1 plus 1 which is 2. So we got it here, AC square is equal to 2. So what is the value of AC? You know that if you take square to the right hand side, what will it become? It will become root 2. Now here, what we got it here? We got here root 2. So which sides you need to take here? The value of AB must be equal to 1 and the value of AC must be equal to 1. So, if after applying the Pythagoras theorem, you are getting the hypotenuse as root 2. Now, you need to represent this right angle triangle on a number line. How do you represent this right angle triangle on a number line? So, if you want to represent this right angle triangle on a number line, check the base here. What is the length here? 1. So, take the length here 1. You know that up to here the length is 1 unit. Right? And after that, you need to take this value as 1. So, with the help of the compass, here, right, take 1 unit length. Here. And after that, now this is 1 unit and this is 1 unit. Now join this one. If you join this one, this will be the value of root 2. Because here this value is 1, this value is 1. After applying Pythagoras theorem, we calculated the value of the hypotenuse as root 2. So what we need to do, just we need to draw this right angle triangle on a number line. So here, just represent one length of 1 here and at this point, make an arc of 1 unit length. If you join this one, this will be the value of the root 2. Like that, you need to represent irrational numbers on a number line. But here, you have to represent irrational numbers on a number line. We represented this irrational number above the number line. You know that this is the value of root 2. But here, what we need to do here, just take this as a radius. Now, make an arc on touching the number line. At this point, it will be touching the number line. This will be the value of the root 2. Like that, you need to represent. What we need to do, just here, at this point, mark it as an A and here mark it as an B. So, by taking OA as a radius, just make an arc on the number line. So, at which point this number line touches the point, that will be the value of the root 2. Like this, you need to represent root 2 on a number line. Suppose if you want to represent root 5 on a number line, how do you represent? Let us see here. Suppose if you want to represent root 5 on a number line. So, how do you represent? Draw the number line and after that mark the numbers. Here the negative numbers. Now, take the right angle triangle and you have to get the hypotenuse as root 5. Since you need to represent root 5 on a number line. Now, which sides you need to take it here? By checking you need to take. Here consider this one as A, B, C. So, by the Pythagoras theorem, how you can write? You can write this one as AC square is equal to, what are the remaining sides? AB square plus BC square. Now consider this value as 1. And if you consider this value as 1, you are getting root 2. We already discussed. Now consider this side as 2. Let us check after doing all the calculations whether you are getting the hypotenuse as root 5 or not. Now here, what is the value of AB here? 2 square. What is the value of BC here? 1. So here 1 square. Now here, what is the value of 2 square? You need to multiply 2 times. So 2 into 2 which is 4. And what is the value of 1 square which is 1. So here, you got AC square is equal to 5. 4 plus 1 which is 5. So you got AC square is equal to 5. So what is the value of AC which is nothing but root 5. We got here the root 5. So, which sides you need to consider? You can consider those sides as 1 and 2. If you consider those sides as 1 and 2, after applying the Pythagoras theorem, we are getting the hypotenuse as root 5. Now you need to represent this right angle triangle on a number line. So here, first check the base. How many units are there? 1 unit. So take it here 1 unit. This is the 1 unit. And after that here, how many units you need to take here? 2 units. So, by using the compass at this point, take 2 centimeters radius and make an arc. Now join this one. After joining this one, you are getting this value as root 5. Now what we need to do? We have to take this angle OA as a radius. And after taking OA as a radius, you need to draw one arc such that this arc will touch at this point. This is the value of root 5. Like that, you need to represent. If you have given any irrational number on a number line, by using the Pythagoras theorem, you need to represent this irrational number on a number line. Now, you can represent any irrational number on a number line by using the spiral binding method. This one here, let us represent root 2, what we have discussed before. just I am not stating anything, just I am directly writing here 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, here minus 1, minus 2. How we have represented at this point, this is 1 unit length, at this point it is 1 unit length. If you draw this one, this will be the value of root 2, and you have to take this as a radius and you need to draw an arc, this will be the value of root 2. This one we discussed. Now, if you want to represent root 3 on a number line at this stage only, here how do you represent? So here, if you want to represent root 3 on a number line, what you have to get? You have to get root 3 to the hypotenuse. Now here, take this as a base, root 2, and take this one as 1 centimeter. Again, by using the Pythagoras theorem, how you can write? You can write AB squared is equal to AC squared plus BC squared. Right? So what is the value of AC squared? Which is nothing but 1 squared. And what is the value of BC? Which is nothing but root 2 whole square. Right? You know that this square and this root will get cancelled. You will get 1 plus 2, which is nothing but 3. You are getting the value of AC square as 3. What is the value of AC? Which is nothing but root 3. That means if you take the other two sides as root 2 and 1, you are getting the hypotenuse as root 3. So here, what we need to do? We need to draw this right angle triangle on a number line. If you want to represent root 3 on a number line. So here, you know that this length is root 2. And at this point, draw a right angle triangle, and after that, mark 1 unit length. Let it be the 1 unit. Now, join this one. You know that it is root 2 and it is 1. It is a right angle triangle. So, we know that this is the value of root 3. And now, you can take this as a radius and you can draw an 1 arc. That will be the value of root 3. If you want to represent root 4 or a number line, again, this value is root 3. At this point, draw a right angle and draw 1 centimeter length. And now join this one. This will be the value of root 4. Again, if you want to represent root 5, at this point, draw a right angle triangle and take 1 centimeter length and join these two values. This will be the value of root 5. It will be continuing like that. Before we have done the example which is root 5, we have to that sides as 2 and 1 so that you are getting the hypotenuse as root 5. Like that also you can do it, or otherwise like this also you can do it. This is the representation of irrational numbers on a number line. Now, what we have discussed up to now, we have discussed the representation of natural numbers. So, after that we discussed whole numbers, integers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. In the next session, I will give these notes from this session.